Thank you for being patient with this video. Ms. Strohmeyer's things weren't working, so I wasn't able to get this done until this morning. So thank you for being patient. If you are watching this video and it is close to 1 o'clock, it might be 1:15, it might be 1:05, I want you to try to get on Zoom because this is so much more special for us to read together since all of us have this very special book. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about why you got this book. This book was not bought by Miss Strohmeyer. This book was bought by one of Miss Strohmeyer's very special friends. And I have a lot of very special friends who gave me money to buy all of you one book every single month of the school year. So this book was our August book. So in August, when you picked up, that was last month, when you picked up your envelope, you got this very special book. And I want you to count with me how many months are in this school year. So August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. That's 10 months. And you will get 10 free books. And those books were bought by someone that's very special to Miss Strohmeyer, maybe some of my old friends, some of my old teachers. They wanted to give me money to be able to buy all of you guys a book. And this was our first one. And I'm so happy that it was this book because I know I tell you guys this all the time. I know I say, oh, this is one of my favorite stories. But this book is so funny. And if you've ever read The Bad Seed, which I know a lot of you have and a lot of you love, this book is the book after The Bad Seed. So if you can join live, Miss Strohmeyer is going to read it to you and you can read along in your book. If you don't have your book with you, you can watch and look at Miss Strohmeyer's pictures, but I would love for you to read along and you can go and join live because we're still reading right now if it's like 1 o'clock or so, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and read you this story, and then after you read this story, you're going to have something to do on Seesaw. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. This book is so funny, too. I think you guys are going to love it. So this book is called The Good Egg. And let me move. There we go. And you can see Charlie back there on his bed. He's really sleepy this morning. The Good Egg. And remember, you don't have to watch my screen because you have the books with you. Oh, hello! I was just rescuing this cat. Know why? Because I'm a good egg. A very good egg. It's true. I do all kinds of good things. Like I will carry your groceries. I'll water your plants. I'll even change your tires. I will paint your house. If you need any help at all, I'm your egg. Very helpful egg. So far we know that a good egg is helpful. I've always been a good egg. It's been this way from the start, even in my earliest days. Back at the store. So when he was born from his chicken, he went to the store. There were a dozen of us living under one roof. And there was Meg and Peg and Greg and Clegg and Shell and Shelly and Sheldon and Shelby and Egbert and Frank and then the other Frank. So they were all living in a dozen carton by themselves. The other 11 eggs weren't on their best behavior. They weren't exactly good. They ignored their bedtime. They only ate sugary cereal. They threw tantrums. They cried for no reason at all. And they broke their stuff on purpose. I bet a lot of you would get in trouble if you broke something on purpose. Meanwhile, I tried to take charge. I tried to fix their bad behavior. I tried to keep the peace because I was a good egg. A very good egg. I want you to make a prediction. What's going to happen? If he's trying to keep the peace and they're all going crazy, what do you think is going to happen? Think he's going to be able to fix it? Nobody seemed to care, though. Oh, look at him in the middle. He looks so sad. Everyone's going crazy, and he looks so sad. Every night I was exhausted. My head felt scrambled. Then one fateful morning, I noticed some cracks in my shell. They were everywhere. We all know what happens when you crack an egg. My doctor said that it was all from the pressure that I was putting on myself. The pressure of making sure everybody was as good as me. Look at him. He's in the doctor's office. He's getting some yolk put back in him. I was cracking up. Literally. Something had to change. I had had enough. Sometimes Miss Strohmeyer's head feels like this at school. Sometimes I try so hard to make sure everything is perfect and everything works, and my head just starts to feel scrambled, and I start to feel like I'm going to crack. I told Meg, I'm going to have to get you all a little bit closer. I'm sorry. I told Meg and Peg and Greg and Clegg and Shell and Shelly and Sheldon and Shelby and Egbert and Frank and the other Frank that I was leaving. I can't be the only good egg in a bad carton, I said. Blah, 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 they replied. I left that night. I feel sad for this egg. He's such a good egg, and all he wants to do is help his friends. I wonder where he's going to go. I wandered from town to town. The hours became days. The days became weeks. I lost track of time. I was all alone. He looks like he hasn't had a shower in a while. He's still cracking, though, so his cracks aren't fixed. Out there on the road, under the stars, I really tried to focus on myself and what I needed. And look, if you look at this page, he still has all of his cracks, but here you can kind of see that he's relaxing. He's taking care of himself. He's trimmed his beard, and he looks pretty happy, and his cracks have started to go away. Some of them are still there, but his cracks have started to go away because he's taking care of himself. His head feels better because he's only worrying about him, and he's worrying about what he can control, and that's himself. I took walks. I read books. I floated in the river. I wrote in my journal. I found simple moments to be quiet. I breathed in. I breathed out. We do that a lot too. I even started painting. So look at all of these things that the good egg is doing to take care of himself. All of these things he can control. He can control his walks. He can control reading books and floating in the river and writing in his journal. He can't control how other people behave, but if he worries about himself, he can. For once, I found time just for me. And guess what? Little by little, the cracks in my shell started to heal. My head no longer felt scrambled. Look what's happened to him after he's taken care of himself. He looks so much healthier. His cracks are gone. I started to feel like myself again. Look at him balancing all of those rocks on his head. That's pretty impressive. So I have made a big decision. I'm returning to my old carton and my friends. Besides, I'm kind of lonely out here. I want you to make a prediction. There I am. I want you to make a prediction really quickly before we move on. You can pause the video if you need to. What do you think is going to happen when he goes back? Do you think, the carton's going to be better? Do you think that they're going to be nicer? Do you think they're going to be better? Or do you think they're going to be just as bad? What do you think is going to happen? This time, I know what I need to do. I'll try not to worry so much. I'll be good to my fellow eggs while also being good to myself. So he's not going to worry about everybody else. He's just going to worry about him and what he needs to do. Here we go. He's walking back to the farmer's market. Everybody missed me, and I missed them too. Hello, Meg. Howdy, Peg. Hey, Greg. Greetings, Clegg. What's up, Shell? Aloha, Shelly. Hey-oh, Sheldon. Hi, Shelby. Good day, Egbert. What's happening, Frank? How do you do, other Frank? Look at them. They kind of look a little crazy. Sure, every once in a while, somebody's still a little bit bad. But it's not like before. Here's what I realized. Eggs aren't perfect, and I don't have to be either. And I'm okay with that. Look at him. He looks like he's having fun. He's breaking a little bit of the rules. But he realized he doesn't have to worry about everybody else. Nobody has to be perfect. Yep, the old carton is back together. We're a solid dozen again. And it's good to be home. Would you want to live in that carton? Would you want to be the one good egg? There you go, friends. That is our first story. So remember, every single month you're going to get a new story. Some of them might be books that teach you, and some of them might be books that tell you a story. So we're going to be able to read those together and either learn or have a fun story that we can share with each other. Before you go for the rest of the day, you have some things that you need to do, okay? I want you to think about good egg, and I want you to think about how you are going to be a good egg in our classroom. Now, we're not going to be perfect. It's going to be really hard, but I want you to think of something that you can do that you can be a good egg. Maybe you're going to be helpful, but what are you going to help with? What are you going to do that makes you a good egg? Please tell me, because I'm so excited to hear, and I want you to post that on Dojo. Or not on Dojo, on Seesaw, I'm sorry. So on Seesaw, I want you to tell me how you are going to be a good egg in our classroom this school year. So you can pause this video and you can go do that. Pause the video and tell me how you are going to be a good egg in our classroom. And then come back and I will tell you what's next. Okay? And then after you post on, after you post on Seesaw and tell me what you are doing on how you are going to be a good egg, I want you to spend about 20 minutes working on Dreambox, okay? So first you're going to post on Seesaw. Hopefully you already did that. Hopefully you paused the video and post on Seesaw. And now I want you to get on Clever and I want you to work on Dreambox. Awesome job, friends. I can't wait to share more stories with you. I can't wait to share more books. I think you all are going to love them. And yeah, I'm so excited. Have a good rest of your day. See you for afternoon meeting.